Is that a good thing?
It's you can go to an airport this very day, and the chances are that some irritating person will come up and say that to you. It's a very, very standard, almost stereotypical or trivial association with sects of Buddhism. It's how am I going to put it? In religious or philosophical terms, it's a little bit boring. It's the kind of thing that you would say, blessings be upon you as you hold out your cup for a few coins. That kind of thing. No offense to any Buddhists who are listening to me about this. I know it's very profound, but the rest of us are tired of hearing that one. Please say some other sutra when you want some small change.
So should I interpret that as he wants some small change?
He might. You don't know yet. If he were coming up and asking or saying, then that would be it is not immediately clear.
And anyways, I prepare by taking out some money, and so without even thinking, I'm just automatically doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
kill him.
The slightest smile, some appropriate empty greeting, and I'm going to take my naginata so that I can use it if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Basically preparing for anything that will come my way.
Okay.
I'm taking out my flute, and to be ready to play if
I see. Okay.
It moves.
That's a useful and interesting point. So the Max, is there any kind of motion or
I am saying hello to him, and I trying to get a conversation. What are you doing here? What is happening? What are you doing here?
We all come to each place in our own way, I in mine, and you in yours. Here, I have only the humble hope of small wisdom to provide, if you would be so kind as to help me upon my way. So yes, he is asking for money. And then
I'm standing there, holding out.
And
a pat all on the back like, give the money.
All yours. Right. Well, this is right. Excellent.
Can we give him the money that we took from the other guys before?
Well, I was sort of expecting. I was sort of expecting that, although it is worth. Okay, I don't want to waste time. There are a couple of things that I could continue to ask for clarification about your characters, but that is all right. At the moment, it is quite important that Tagachi is the one who is facing this monk, because the monk, as you can see, holds up a lock of hair and rubs it between his fingers and even smells it and says, "Earthly delights to Tagachi." And then but not in a at first it's kind of a almost offensive way, like he's making a sexual joke, and then he makes a exaggerated face of disapproval, shakes his head.
Okay, I immediately just drop the money and draw my sword.
Excellent. The fascinating thing is,
and then I will probably also shout, "Where is she?"
Excellent. the monk says in the rudest, crudest way possible, "Where hasn't she been?"
Okay.
Right.
That does it.
Well, and his neck doubles in length. The head grows, his neck becomes twice as long, and the head turns down upon you as he's raising his hands in a very threatening way. And you are about to have a very bad experience.
No, he is about to have a very bad experience.
Does this bridge have a roof?
No.
Oh. I was thinking about going up to the roof and shooting arrows, but okay.
You're too close.
Well,
you're on a horse.
Yeah, given your climbing ability, the almost freakish potential to jump to the side of the bridge and then to jump to the top of the post, you could do that. Another person could not. You could.
Okay, then I do that.
Yeah,
and take up my arrow.
Mm-hmm.
arrow, my bow.
Okay, and so we have. You can see that his hands are not any. This change in the monk includes a better look at his hands, which are bigger and nastier than you thought, with these curving, broken nails, and that he's almost using his hands not like martial arts in a technical way, but you can see that they are weapons. So he's snatching at you with these clawed hands, and so we have a fight, a claw on sword, and we have arrows, and
we have a little bit more. I think I want to try to move out of Unodono's line of fire and to the side of this monk, and I'm going to try to attack him.
Excellent. With your Naginata.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So you
want to keep some distance.
Right. I should point out too that he did not stay on the bridge. He never quite stepped onto the bridge. He's just walking around on the ground on the other side of it. So that area is quite open.
Yeah, so if I can, I would step down from the bridge.
Right. So the ability of you to circle around on the side is perfectly reasonable.
Good.
Right. And how
can
about...
I play music to try to calm him down, like with my enchanting music ability?
Let me put it this way. What is your character doing?
My character he has his flute in his hand, and he's starting playing.
Perfect.
Hoping that his enchanting music is going to distract the the monster.
Yeah, well, clearly this is some weird monster, right? You're not even sure what swords can do against it. So maybe your tricks are a good idea. So the way we will handle this now is to ask, what is your plan with your what's your plan with your dice?
I want to add mine. So I'm spending a point of trust.
Okay. So you are going to add yours to Tagachi, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so then so that is happening. And then we also have what will Max do with his dice?
If I get a better roll than Ola, the aid version where I roll, and if I get better, I use mine.
Yes, okay, you are doing that. And so then I also want to tell you the vulnerability that you have to this creature, and perhaps let's see. Perhaps Kisaragi as well, because strangely enough, this creature seems to be quite magical, because at any given moment he will throw a spear, and who knows where these spears come from. You know, it's like a cartoon. He just sort of reaches his hand back and then throws it, and the spear just goes, So at any moment, if you take damage and you are not right next to him, you probably got a spear in you. So that's just letting you know about this strange thing. So
I will also add my dice.
You're going to
add a point.
You're going to add dice to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yes, so those 3 dice are going to add together. So the other and last interesting point is that the face of the monk, as we continue, will. Whoops. There we go. Wait for Helma. The face of the monk, as we continue, becomes more old in a kind of hideous way, and the most deadly thing, just so you know, if you look up as it grows, as the head goes up, it's almost impossible not to look up. He will grow more. So we are going to interpret certain things as you have to make sure not to look. And that's kind of hard to fight, right? So, and it's very distracting. I mean, this thing is very, very, what happens is he'll grow a little bit and you freak out, and, he grows more, and then you fall backwards. And when you fall backwards, then he spears you. That's what these things do. Let's see. Mikoshi Yudo is what you are facing. It's a mythological creature. So, are we ready? Let's roll and see what happens.
I'm just rolling 1 die right now, right?
Everybody is rolling 1 die. Always roll 1 die.
Shall somebody roll for Nathan?
Yes. Yes.
You?
I can.
Me?
I can roll for.
Okay.
Okay.
I can roll.
One thing at a time. So first, I want Max's and Ola's.
No.
Wait. Don't do that. That's terrifying me. Max, you're scaring me. Show me your die. No one else's.
This.
Okay. So now that means Ola's roll is a 4. Right?
All right.
So put your dice down. Ola's roll is a 4. Now we add the other 2 dice, Helma's and Nathan's, to that, which is strangely a 4 and another 4. Okay. So that's fantastic. That's that's 12 dice, or that's 12 points. And so that's an incredible amount. And so you are going to manage to get a double success. And so this is an amazing, heroic moment in many ways. You are, that you are able to. What happens is the music has a particular effect, I think. It adds considerably and is able to act as a weapon against a mystical creature. Try to do this against a bear or something, and it won't do so well. But against a mystical creature, the music makes a big difference and counts how you use it, letting you use it as a weapon. I also was going to say that if anybody wasn't going to, if you were going to take damage, then Kisaragi would not have taken damage. The music would have exempted him from the damage. So, but that is not the case. Ola, why don't you tell us? Or wait, I believe it might even be Max, who is the primary roller in this case.
Because I aided him?
Yes. Well, because your die is higher than his.
Okay.
And so in fact, the way we have, I don't want to make this difficult. Max, tell us what happens.
What's good? Ola sees that he's too close to the monk, so he pushes the monk, and then by doing that, he opens up, and my arrows come through. So it shuts right at the chest of the monster. And he's confused because of the sound and music. So he's like, oh, not sure what it is. And when he sees Nathan, then suddenly Ito-sama is Helmas, yes, comes and cuts him through and deals a very big scar through the chest. So and cuts my arrow in half. Just because she's fancy.